everybody. My name is Brian Desmond. I serve as Chief Marketing Officer at Guidewire Software, and we're having a series of conversations to help our self-managed customers understand the value of Guidewire Cloud and how to upgrade and transition to Guidewire Cloud successfully with our help. In today's session, we're going to have a conversation with two leaders from our services organization, Sandia Ren and Dan Wang. And I'm really looking forward to the latest in our Guidewire Cloud conversation series.
Thank you, Brian. My name is Sandia Ren. I'm part of the professional services organization. I've been at Guidewire for over 17 years, played a lot of different roles, but my current focus is on the cloud transition practice and making sure that we know how we can take our self-managed customers to Guidewire Cloud.
Great. Thanks, Sandia. Welcome. And Dan Wang, over to you.
Hi, hello everyone. My name is Dan Wang. I've been with Guidewire for about 15 and a half years, so not quite as long as Sandia, the whole time in professional services. I've had the privilege of working with customers across our various regions, North America, Europe, and Asia Pacific. And now my current focus is on supporting the programs for our customers that they undertake to get to Guidewire Cloud, including some of the preparation and readiness workshops we do to get a customer prepared for the cloud migration.
Great. Thanks, Dan. Thanks, Sandia. Sandia, the first question will be for you. Sandia, you mentioned that you lead up our cloud transition practice. What is this practice?
The mission of our cloud transition practice is to define the journey for our existing customers to be able to go to Guidewire Cloud. And I would say that we do this by looking at it through three different lenses. The first is around the transition path itself. Right? How do we actually take, from a technical perspective, a self-managed implementation and take it to the cloud? So for this, we actually work very closely with our product development team to make sure that we have a good path defined and that the functionality that we need is in place. But we also recognize that customers come from different situations. And by that, I mean that they have different combinations of our products, they have different versions of those products, they're in various stages of their overall journey with Guidewire. So we want to make sure that we have a good set of migration options along with a good set of recommendations so that we can guide them along this path. The second lens, I would say, is around the effort for this transition. So we conduct a cloud readiness workshop with our customers, and from it we get an assessment of the effort that it will take for customers to go to cloud. So my team takes sort of a broader view of these assessment results, and we look for opportunities where we can improve, whether it's through process changes, methodology improvements, or even automation and tooling. We want to be able to increase our efficiency and reduce the effort that it takes to go to cloud. Last but not least, the third lens is delivery. So being able to execute on this transition. We want to make sure that our entire ecosystem is enabled, and this includes, it's not just Guidewire, but also our SI partners and our customers as well. So we make sure that we share best practices and everybody has what they need so that we can all work together to take our existing customers to the cloud.
Great. Thanks, Sandia. So we always say to our customers that really the first way that we can start helping you understand what the move to Guidewire Cloud looks like for you is to do what we call a cloud readiness workshop. Dan, you lead the group that leads our workshops. Can you explain what is the workshop and why does it provide benefits to our customers?
Yeah, absolutely, Brian. So, the Cloud Readiness Workshop, for us is really, a critical step in the customer understanding, what their move to the cloud is going to entail, right? And essentially what we do is we execute a 3 to 4 day workshop to cover, what are the business drivers they want to get out of the cloud, right? So to get a set of the strategic drivers for the project. And then a big part of it is also for Guidewire to understand what the customer has done with their implementation over the years, which will then tell us the work that is required to upgrade them to the cloud version of our software, as well as the optimizations to the code base that's required to make it a supportable and maintainable application for us in the cloud. We execute this over 3 or 4 days, and it identifies, really 3 main deliverables: an introductory upgrade estimate, a optimization estimate, as well as their cloud, business case, right? To give them that context. This is all really just geared to getting us the right set of information so we can then give a customer the set of guidance and recommendations for how they should think about their migration to Guidewire Cloud.
Dan, in order to prepare for a cloud readiness workshop, can you explain a couple of things? First of all, what pre-work we ask a customer to do to prepare ahead of time, and secondly, what sort of resources, like what sort of people and how much of their time would be involved to work with us on these 3 or 4 day workshops, as you said.
Yeah, great question. So in terms of pre-work, we actually we set expectations that the customer will probably need somewhere between 3 to 4 weeks to get ready for one of these, and effectively we send them an inventory of items that we want them to start collating. Some are a little bit easier than others. Generally we do ask for a copy of the code base so we can do our analysis of the code base to see what configurations they've put in, as well as what patterns they may have put in that doesn't work in our cloud, right? To drive out the optimization backlog. But we also ask them for potentially any design documents or documentation artifacts they have from a project, because we use those as well to inform our teams of what they've done during a project. And then there's some questionnaires that we would also provide to facilitate the value workshop discussions. And they'll get a questionnaire that they that they can fill out, that we would then take ahead of the time, so it makes us all much more prepared for a workshop. Now, in terms of the workshop itself, we provide a standard agenda. We have a structured way of doing these, and all the 3 to 4 days are broken down into specific sessions, which we then explain, which SMEs and stakeholders we want in each session, so the customer can plan and make sure we have the right people lined up, ready to participate in the sessions. Obviously, the schedule, it does adjust from time to time based on the number of products that have in scope. So where you get a 4-day session, it'll be for a customer that potentially has the full insurance suite, whereas a 3-day workshop might be for someone that only has just Policy Center or just Claim Center, right? So they have less products that we have to cover. But the agenda is broken down so that you see which products we cover, what topics we cover, and then what SMEs and stakeholders that the customer would have to then allocate to those specific days and times for those sessions.